There is a quiet feeling that every caregiver knows, a knot in your stomach when something feels a little off. A raised voice down the hall becomes more frequent, a door closes harder, and what used to be minor tensions start carrying more weight. Maybe a teen skips a class now and then, and you accept vague excuses, telling yourself it's just a phase. A short fuse over a small spill becomes a pattern, and the house starts bracing for the next spark. We push it aside. Busy day, hopeful smile, it'll pass. But whispers of distress gather like raindrops. One by one, small drops collect into a storm. Small things add up. Patterns are the signal, not a single event. This is true for every family, especially where autism, emotional regulation, or mental stress quietly shape daily life. Noticing early isn't alarmist, it's profound care. Your instincts matter. Together, we'll move from waiting to supporting, building a calm caregiver plan that keeps home responsive, not reactive. Crises rarely appear out of thin air. They start as small, repeatable moments we learn to live with. A young man won't come out for work. The parent asks, then pleads, then begs, finally calls with an excuse. The moment passes, until it repeats next week, then twice more. Each given cements the new rule. Resist enough, expectation drops. Missed shifts become financial stress and job risk. What began at a doorway now threatens stability. The seed is refusal, the water is inconsistent response. Ignore or accidentally reinforce, and the seed grows. Patterns are blueprints revealing weak spots in routines and communication. See the story, not scattered events. Ask, what makes this moment hard? What skill is missing? What can I adjust to prevent escalation? When we recognize patterns early, we intervene thoughtfully, long before a storm breaks. Early warning signs are quiet, no sirens or flashing lights, just subtle shifts hiding in busy days. Sleep swings from oversleeping to insomnia. A sociable teen withdraws. A young adult says, "I can't," or "What's the point?" more often. Caregivers avoid calls they dread. Chores spark sharper arguments. Silences last longer after conflict. For some autistic young adults, tiny schedule shifts trigger big anxiety. For kids with regulation challenges, outbursts last longer. These are quiet alarms, external clues to internal strain. Notice without judgment. Write it down. Tell a spouse or trusted friend. Practice compassionate vigilance. Changes in friends, mood, sleep, or grades matter. We're trained to wait for big signs, but real caregiving starts sooner. The unreturned hug, the plate untouched, the new slump, each says, support is needed now. Even when alarms are clear, taking the next step is hard. Loving families get stuck in hopeful hesitation. We fear labels, judgment, from relatives, neighbors, teachers, and being told we did something wrong. Hope can delay action. A good week feels like proof, until the pattern returns and disappointment deepens. Exhaustion shouts louder than whispers. Subtle issues feel like one task too many, pushed to later again. Shame says, keep up the perfect picture. Asking for help feels like failing, so families turn inward. Isolation feeds the pattern with time and space. A manageable issue quietly grows teeth. On-screen text. Crisis usually starts as a pattern. Naming fear loosens it. The first courageous act is small. A call, a message, a note on the fridge. Action shrinks anxiety. Waiting feeds it. Step toward support before patterns harden into crisis. Waiting carries a quiet price. While we see, our home absorbs a slow, heavy toll. Each outburst chips a caregiver's calm, follows them through work, steals sleep, and isolates the heart. Normal rivalry calcifies into dread. One child feels unsafe and leaves. The other sinks into shame. A small disagreement ends in shock. The home's sense of safety erodes room by room. Conversations shrink, hope dims, and affection gets rationed. The family walks on eggshells. Guilt, fear, blame take root. Resilience, patience, and compassion drain like an emptying jar. The tragedy isn't just the crisis, it's the long, slow waiting that wore everyone down. Acting early protects the heart of the family. Structure isn't harsh rules or boot camp. It's a safe harbor, steady walls outside, calm waters within. Predictability lowers anxiety and conflict. A simple rhythm helps the whole house breathe. A morning checklist shifts responsibility from nagging to action. Wake, dress, eat, brush, pack, out the door. Fewer fights, more competence, growing independence. Create a calm down spot, not punishment. Pre-planned sanctuary for anyone to regulate before emotions spill. It teaches self-regulation, de-escalates quickly, and preserves relationships. Keep rules few, clear, and kind. Try we use respectful voices instead of don't yell. Adults model consistently until it becomes culture, not demands. Trust and mutual respect grow. Documentation sounds formal, but it can be a tiny notebook or private phone note. Simple, honest, consistent. Capture dates, small events, what happened just before difficulties, calls from school, missed work, argument frequency. Track good and tough days. Patterns emerge, Mondays, after loose weekends, or around homework. Logs reduce anxiety by turning gut worry into observable facts you can act on. Share with doctors, therapists, counselors. Clear data speeds understanding and targets support. Over 3 weeks, 4 of 5 school nights had outbursts near homework is stronger than Heb's angry lately. Photos help, executive function struggles, social anxiety patterns. Without blame, just facts. You're not just worried, you're prepared. Collaboration gets sharper, kinder, more effective. Change doesn't require a leap. Small signs don't have to become storms. One steady step starts a steadier path. Implement a simple routine. Keep a short log. Hold brief, blame-free talks that rebuild connection. Ask for help early. Invite expertise into your corner. These are pillars of a calm caregiver plan. Expect progress, not perfection. Be as kind to yourself as you are to your child. Over time, home feels safer, kinder, more resilient. Firm boundaries held with warmth. If you feel that familiar knot, you can change the course. Begin with one manageable step today. This is how small warnings lose power, and families find steady ground, together. If your family needs clear tools, structure, and support, check the link in my bio or description.